Hey everyone, Dr. Lee here from Your Vet Online, and tonight we're doing something a little bit different. Hi there everyone. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about what this service is all about, because I get the feeling sometimes that people are a little bit confused of exactly what an online vet can do for you. It's something that's quite different. It's definitely not something that's new in doctors do it. We call it telemedicine. However, it's something very new in the veterinary world. And so there are a lot of people I know that have a lot of questions about how the service works. So basically, this is a good opportunity for lots of people to ask their questions. I'll answer them as best I can, and we'll basically go through exactly how Your Vet Online consult works, what we can do, what we can't do, what it costs and why it costs that, and why using a Your Vet Online consult service for your questions about your pets and your horses might actually save you some money. So yeah, I'm hoping if anyone has any questions, make sure you ask. It's well worth it. We'll get all the answers. All right then, guys. So as you know, I'm Dr. Lee from Your Vet Online, and one of the main reasons why I started an online veterinary service was, well, actually I started it back in 2015, and I'd actually been thinking about it for about 10 years, and I know that sounds pretty weird, but yeah, what I basically had time to bite the bullet and actually do something about it. So I think it was about July, August of 2015, I started the process of actually setting up this business. And the main reason why I started Your Vet Online was because myself and a huge number of vets out there began to notice a really disturbing trend happening with owners, like pet owners and animal owners, whether you had horses, whether you had cats and dogs, whether you had whether you own cattle. Yeah, it didn't really matter, but the trend seemed to be to get advice from everybody but your vet. So we started seeing people get advice from Facebook groups. We started seeing people using Google a lot more, people using friends, neighbors, family. Everyone was giving advice about what they should do for their sick pets. And the big problem is that a lot of that was actually wrong, or it was, hey, look, it's well-meaning advice. We're not saying that people had negative, were doing things on purpose, but it just meant that those pets and animals weren't getting the care they needed when they needed it, and so care was delayed. And we still see this today. And as an animal lover, not even the fact that I'm a vet, as an animal lover, it's really horrible to see when I know that I could have helped an animal and that animal's owner a long time ago, like period, way before the fact, because I know that so often we as vets see things that are just so late, and we know that if we'd seen it nice and early, we would have been able to fix the problem, or at least manage it so well without costing the owners a lot of money. So yeah, it's basically the reason why I set up Your Vet Online is to help stop that delay in getting the correct advice for your pets. And I suppose I have a bit of rose-tinted glasses on. It's my attempt at trying to make this world a better place for our pets and horses. And of course, you as owners, and for veterinarians. And so that's the main reason why I started Your Vet Online. So basically today we're going to go through how an online consult works, what we can do, what we can't do, what it costs, and why it costs this. I'll give some examples of all the things that we can do as in an online consult. I've already done thousands of these, so it's not something that I haven't done before. So yeah, absolutely ask any questions you like as we go through, and hopefully you'll realize what we offer. Right, so let's start off with what can we do. So I guess the big thing for a lot of people is that we can sometimes when your pet is sick, or whether your horse is sick or injured and there's a problem, sometimes you just wonder, do you need to go to the vet right there and then? Or can you wait and see, and maybe you can wait until the weekend's over, or maybe you can go the next day, that sort of thing. So that's a key point. So we can triage any sort of situation for you. So whether you need to, whether we need to tell you that you need to go to the vet, or whether we can work out things that you can do at home and a plan for you there and then, that's the sort of thing that we can do. So we can give you treatment options to do at home. Sometimes we might send you to the local chemist to get something to help your pet out before you can go to the vet's clinic that it might be open, you know, on the Monday, so we can help you out then. Other times we might advise on second opinions. Sometimes we have questions on medications. Maybe you've got a medication that you're giving your animal and you're not quite sure whether you should be still giving it, or you can't read the label, that sort of thing. So we can definitely help you with that. We can help you with training and behavior problems. And sometimes we can also provide scripts for certain things. Scripts is a bit of a funny one, because there are some conditions that there's no way that we would be able to offer a script, because you need to have your animal absolutely examined by a veterinarian. Sometimes you need a script to be able to get to the veterinarian, especially if it's a behavioural problem and the animal doesn't like going to the vet. We can help you with that too. So it's a case-by-case business when it comes to scripts. So I'd love to say that there are so many situations that we can help you. Up to about 60% of cases that we see in the clinic, we could have handled an online consult. That's a pretty huge number. It's quite amazing, really. And I think, yeah, I think it's something to have at the back of your mind. A lot of the times we can work out what's going on with your pet from a very thorough history and from an exam that we help you perform at home. So we're not taking anything away from the vet clinic visit. However, we might be able to give you some time to get through the night, through the weekend, or through the public holiday, so that you actually, so that we don't, what was I going to say? So that we don't spend money that we don't necessarily need to spend, and we can save that money to do all that workup and do all the good tests at our regular vet during normal business hours. So that's quite an interesting concept, and something that is very much part of what the on-call medicine people with human medicine do. You know, a lot of people ring the nurse doctors or the the baby midwife to check on things, and then they might go to their regular doctor in the morning. So it's exactly the same concept. Sometimes, of course, we can handle it all, and you won't need to go to your veterinarian at all. So some of those cases that I've dealt with and helped have, we actually help people to save quite a bit of money. So one in particular, we had a dog that had was having a few issues with its breathing. We did a video consult. I was able to help the owner with a clinical exam. We recorded all its parameters. We did heart rate. We could do respiratory rate. We saw its gum color. We saw how it was coping, and I was able to put together from the history that I was highly suspicious that this dog may have had a heart issue. However, it was the middle of the night, so it wasn't in a situation right then and there where it needed to go to the emergency centre. So I gave that client a particular idea of what they needed to do if they needed to go to the vet, and those signs to say, yes, now's the time. We got that animal through the night, and then they could go to their regular vet in the morning and do all the tests that they needed to do with their regular vet. So that probably would have saved that owner, at realistic charges and expectations of what goes on in an emergency centre, probably would have saved them close to $1,000 just to be able to get through the night, and with the advice that we're able to give, and then see their regular vet the next day. So even though they would need to see their regular vet and do a few tests then, like x-rays and get all their medications, it still saved them a lot of money. And I feel that that's a really good idea for a lot of people. People just do not have that sort of cash to be able to, when they could actually afford to go the next day with their regular veterinarian. So that's a key part of what our service offers. When we look at people that are rural, like I've had many cases of people that, are 4 hours from their veterinarian. So it's a matter of do or die right then and there. We've got to help them. We've got to use human medications sometimes. We're actually going to do what we've got to do then. Sometimes we've had to call in veterinary nurses, nurses to help be the vet, to help do things like advise them on how to put a catheter in and do all the medications that they might give for a human. We can do that. We can advise that for those people that are really rural. So it's kind of like the doctor's service that you get on the phone. We do exactly the same thing. So for those people, it can be really worthwhile. Some of the other types of cases that I've looked at, we've done second opinion type work. I know for many people, when they hear really horrible news at the vets, like it might be, you're getting told that your animal has a serious illness. It might be something like diabetes. It might be Cushing's disease. It might be cancer. Sometimes it's really hard to get a grip and understand exactly what's going on. And you might want a second opinion. Sometimes you just want to talk it over with someone else. And it's not even, you don't even have a problem with what the original vet said. You just need to talk about it and get another perspective. And we do that quite a lot. I definitely help a lot of people that just need a different view, or they just need an explanation about something because they didn't quite understand what their own vet was telling them. So yeah, that's something that we do a lot of. We can also do stuff like pre-purchase second opinion. We look at x-rays. We can offer an opinion on those. There's quite a few things that we can do that can help, definitely help you to see that to make sure that you're doing everything that you can, and that you're doing it properly, and yeah, it's a really easy, convenient way of doing things. I'm just looking here. I had a little note I made. Let me have a look. Yeah, so these are some of the, actually we hide that one, might be better. Yeah, so these are some of the things that we go through. You know, does your animal, like, have a think, like, does your animal actually need to go to the vet? Could I treat this problem at home? Can I get through the night? Can I get through the public holiday? Can I get through the weekend? Is it actually an emergency? Because sometimes that's a biggie, isn't it? Like, we don't like spending money and doing things if we don't really need to. So one of the key things about our service is that we're all registered Australian veterinarians. There's no nurses, there's no vets from other countries. They're all registered here, so you don't have to worry about getting advice from someone that's unaware of your situation and the things like that happen in your area. We're all part of the same team. Our notes that we make, we can forward those to your vet of choice if you require that, and we can help keep, you know, that relationship with your vet really high up there. And basically, if you don't have a vet, we can also help you find one. And sometimes you might need a second opinion, or you might need a referral to a specialist, so we can help you with that sort of thing too. And then I just put the little thing about the scripts there. So those are some of the things that we offer. It's pretty basic, but hey, it's it's all good. Now, I've just got written on this slide how we can be very helpful for those people that are in rural or remote areas. I've helped some people that have been out pig hunting. I've helped the horse riders who got injured. Their horse got injured on the hunt field, so we've helped them. You know, anyone that's rural and remote, it's very much an ideal situation. But it's also really good if you're, even like if you're in the city. Like, I help a lot of people who don't have time to leave work, pack their animal up in the car, and basically go to the vet during working hours. Sometimes just the process of getting your pet to the vet can be a good half day. And that's a half day off work, or it's a half day off of your weekend where you're trying to fit something in. You know, you've got traffic, you've got children to organise. It can be a real pain. So having that opportunity to ask somebody's opinion, and not just anybody, we're all veterinarians, our opinion about what you need to do with your pet at a time that's convenient to you. And I think you'll find that that's an absolute time saver, and it's a lifesaver for many people. I've had lots of people messaging us while they're sitting at work, don't tell the boss, where we've helped them with their pet on their lunch break, or maybe not their lunch break. And yeah, it's an opportunity to chat. As I said, we're available 24/7. So that means if you need help in the middle of the night, yeah, there's no problem. We're absolutely there. We're on your side. So don't have any worries about what time of night it is or anything like that. Quite often, like, I've had quite a few cases where I've helped people. It's actually usually around that dinner time, 6 o'clock time, where they've gone out to feed the horse and they've noticed that the horse has got a major cut leg. That's kind of one of those situations where we've helped quite a few people, because they're like, oh my gosh, that's a big bill to get the vet out now. Can we get through the night? So we triage that, we tell them exactly what they need to do, and they're able to get through the night and have their vet out the next day. or maybe they might not even need their vet to come out. Maybe we can deal with the problem all over the internet. So that's one of the things that's pretty cool. Right, what's our next little thing? What can't an online consult do? Well, I guess this is kind of an interesting situation, because I mean, some people might feel a little bit differently from this, but I feel that all our advice is going to help you, even if you need to go to your regular vet or to an emergency centre, because you know that what you need to do. So let's say your cat's been having trouble going to the toilet. You're not sure, is it constipated or what, it's what's wrong with him. So you contact us. With our questioning, we work out highly likely that maybe your cat's actually got a blocked bladder. That's a real medical emergency. You need to go to the vet immediately. So we are able to give you all that advice. And not only that, we can give you an idea of what the vets are going to do when you arrive, all the tests and things that you might have to get done with your pet, like whether they're going to need to have bloods taken, whether they need urinalysis, whether they need an x-ray. And we can give you a guide, and I mean, it's only a guide because prices are so varied, but we can give you a guide about what it might cost you. So even if we are telling you to go to the vet straight away, basically when we're talking, when you contact us because it's an emergency, I think you still would say that you're getting value from what we're telling you. We've had to do this with a few people, and yeah, they've actually come back. The feedback has been, we were going to stay at home. So we're so glad that you told us that, no, this is an emergency and I need to go to the vet now. Because, yeah, the cat is the classic one. So many cats suffer from like a blocked bladder, and unfortunately a lot of owners miss that. I've actually got an article about that. If you want to have a look, head over to the website, yourvetonline.com. Head to that /articles, and there's an article on that. So if you own a cat, good idea to go and read that, because yeah, that will definitely help you a bit there. Yeah, because I tell you, you don't really want to be missing the signs on that one. Right, what else have we got here? So how does an online consult work? Righty ho. Well, it's pretty easy, people. All you do is you go to yourvetonline.com and you start a consult. And basically you choose which one you'd like. We actually have a few different options. Let me see. I'm just going to put these up here. Let me see. Hide that. So we have a one-on-one consult, and that one is basically where we have a chat to you, like it goes through, and we're chatting to you one-on-one. So it's either via chat or video, all in the system. We don't use Facebook Messenger or anything like that anymore. It's all in the system. And we basically decide on the best course of action to ensure that your pet or horse gets the care it needs. So that is one of the options, and I've just realized that I've forgotten to write in the other one. That's a bit silly of me. The other option is to have the email quick question. Now that is available at any time. It's $14.95. And what we do is we supply a questionnaire that we'd like you to fill out completely. And the whole idea of that is so that we ask lots of questions so that we get a really good idea about your animal. It's sort of a little bit more designed for basic questions around husbandry, management, preventative health, but yeah, just nothing that we need too much history about, because that would be more suited to the one-on-one question. So there's that option. And then every Tuesday we send out a newsletter, and if you'd like your question answered, you can sign up for our newsletter and we'll flick you an answer. We can't guarantee exactly which Tuesday it will be, but we'll get there. And don't forget that we provide lots of value on our website. We've also got a YouTube channel and a Facebook page, like you're watching here, and we put lots of things up so to keep you very, very informed about everything. So just so that it's, yeah, so that you have everything you need there. Now, one of the cool things that we do, one of the very cool things that we can do is if you've got blood tests, if you've got, thanks, Andrea. Just saw your little comment there. I'll put that up and everyone can see it. Yay! If you have any questions, Andrea, just let us know. It's always good to answer questions. Yeah, but one of the cool things about the technology that we use is that if you need to pop up pop in blood test results, if you need to pop in x-rays, if you want to show us any photos or videos, you can do that so that we can actually see what's going on with your animal. Because one of the things that we find, sometimes it's really hard, especially if it's a thing like behavior or lameness or something like that. Sometimes it's really hard to know what's going on, when it doesn't happen all the time. You know, like you might have a dog that might chase his tail and you've got some good videos to show us what he's actually doing. Or a horse that might be a little bit lame, and you want to know if we've got any ideas about that. Lameness is a bit of a funny one because, of course, you really do need to do a hands-on exam. But, hey, it's all good. We can look at the videos. We can give you some ideas of what you need to get done so that you can do things efficiently and use your money to the best advantage and not waste it. Because I think we all have to agree that's that's always a major benefit. So so we've covered the costs. I jumped around a little bit there, but yeah, one of the things that I wanted to have a little talk about is why we don't offer free advice. This kind of upsets me a little bit because every single day I field hundreds of queries for free advice. And amongst those hundreds of queries, I get abused a lot, and I get accused, and it's not just me, it's other vets too, we get accused of not caring for animals, that we mustn't love animals. If we don't give free advice, you know, it's we don't care. Well, guys, nothing can be further from the truth. We don't go into this profession not caring about animals. And I find that sometimes a lot of vets actually we care too much. So to hear people tell us that really starts to get to us after a while. And what I want you all to remember is that this is our job. So you don't go to work and expect nothing for free. You know, you expect to be paid, don't you? You know, you don't go to the service station and expect to walk out without paying, or go and get your groceries, or go and get a haircut, or, you know, go and ask your lawyer some advice. You know, it's a user pays system, guys. And all the vets that work for Your Vet Online, and actually any vet, we deserve to be compensated for the training and the skills that we have. So I hate saying this, but please don't abuse us if we won't answer your questions without payment. It's all I ask. And our charges are so much cheaper than and much more affordable than going a lot of places. So, you know, we can help save you money. We're affordable. Some of these emergency clinics are charging, like we're about $160 cheaper than emergency clinics. So if we can get you through the night, that's a massive savings. And so, you know, hey, look, you're paying for vets and you're paying for years of expertise. Anyway, that just needed to be said because, yeah, I start to feel it, guys. Like it gets a bit on our nerves and it pulls on the heartstrings. And yeah, nothing could be further from the truth. We actually do care a lot. Now, what has Andrea said here? Andrea says, if you are diagnosing a medical condition that requires medication, are you able to prescribe medications for those of us in remote locations? Yeah. Okay. So definitely the remote people, definitely there's a case for them. As I did mention this earlier, Andrea, before you came on, there's some situations that, yes, we'll get you through the weekend, but then you will have to go to your regular vet. If you're in a remote area and we are, it's a special circumstance. So yes, we definitely can help you. Yeah, if you're in a city area, we much prefer you to get your medications through your regular vet. We can help you get through the weekend, but if your veterinarian isn't open or you're, yeah, so we can definitely help you there. But we want to support vets as much as we can as well because they are your regular service providers. So yeah, definitely a little bit different for your rural remote people because, yep, as you know, it's not that easy. I had a remote call the other day, actually. It was someone who was 4 hours from a veterinarian, well, from a town, and it was at the weekend. And so we had to do everything with their remote service, you know, flying doctor service kit that they get given. So it worked out okay in the end, but yeah, it can be a little stressful when that happens. Oh, thanks, Andrea. Glad you found that helpful. You got any other questions? Let's see what else is happening here. Got to try and work out my little technology here. Say hi if you're on, and let me know if you've got any questions. I see Andrea's there. Who else have we got? Aletha and Meredith. Who else is watching? Anyways, right. Well, let me see here. Okay then, guys. Well, if there's no more questions, we might just finish up. But yeah, yourvetonline.com, that's the 24/7 veterinary consultation service. Basically, we can help you with your cats, dogs, horses, pocket pets, and yeah, we can do anything all around Australia. Meredith's just asked a question. What has she said? Do you just do consults in Australia or everywhere? Look, we can offer advice pretty much anywhere. Some of the jurisdictions require you to be registered to give certain levels of advice. So in Australia, we can do anything. But yeah, this is a service primarily for Australians at the moment. We will be going into the other areas around the world, but hey, Australia is special at the moment. So yeah, but if we handle any animal, if we really feel that we can't answer your question, it's full money back. There haven't been any situations like that yet, but hey, you know, these are physiological systems, so there's bound to be a time when we might not be able to help. But regardless, we're here to help you. So if you need a veterinarian and we're available 24/7. We're convenient, we're affordable, and yeah, I think you'll find that our service really helps you out, and it might save you from having some days off work. It allows you to get those questions asked when you're in the middle of, you don't have the kids around. It might be 11 o'clock at night, and so you want to sit down and ask those questions. Well, hey, you can. So give us a go, guys. We've got, as I said before, we've got a YouTube channel. We've got the Facebook page now with yay, yes, aim for the stars. That's right, Meredith. Yeah. Yeah, we've got the Facebook page now. One of the things with the Facebook page, Facebook has actually changed its algorithm. So if you want to keep informed of all our stuff, you're going to have to pick show first. So you go up to your little like button thing, and then you just pick us and you ask to be shown our stuff first. Look, I try to put as much value into that as possible. We put links to articles. If you absolutely want to make sure that you don't miss anything, then I'm going to write a little thing here. Let's see if I can do this. If you want to keep up to date with everything, then that's where we put all our articles. So head over there. We have lots of articles on bits and pieces, everything to do with our animal health, whether it's horses or that sort of thing. And also, and I'm going to pop this up now. Let me see here if I can get it. I'm having to cut and paste and carry on here because I'm a bit useless. Let me see. If you want to sign up to our newsletter, that's the web address for that. I'll make sure that's in the link as well, and so you can sign up to our newsletter. That comes out every Tuesday. Make sure you choose and you let us know which animals that you would like information on, because if we ever have special deals or special courses or specials with products, that sort of thing, and it's related to a special type of animal, whether it's cats, dogs, horses, we'll send that to you directly and not bug everyone else, because sometimes people don't like getting too many emails. But hopefully that's all good, guys. If there's no further questions, next time you've got a problem with your pet's health or your horse's health, or there's an injury, don't forget us. We're absolutely ready and waiting to hear from you, and we're here to help you. We're here to help your veterinarians. Yeah, so thanks, guys, and we'll catch you later. Bye.